I wish someone would split me into good and evil halves. Don't know which one I'd want to be though. Either side sounds pretty fun, but you didn't come here to listen to me ramble on about my own yin and yang, you came here to learn about the life of Good Buu. Welcome to the Amagi. Before we begin, only 25% of our viewers are subscribed, so if you're a fan of the video, please like and double check if you are subscribed. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Majin Buu Saga. After taming the Innocent Buu, it seemed that the world was saved by Mr. Satan. All is well until the two gunmen, Zant and Smitty, arrive with the goal of taking on Buu and shoot B as he's playing with Buu. This causes Buu to become more enraged than he ever has been, but this anger is quelled by Mr. Satan's disposing of the two gunmen and taking B back to Buu to be healed. The situation seems fixed as Buu rebuilds his house in the shape of B and Mr. Satan resumes his maid tasks. Buu now seems fully changed, playing with B and even asking Mr. Satan to sit and eat with him. Mr. Satan even destroys the fake pictures of Buu defeated that he had taken. This lasts until the gunman who shot B returns and shoots Mr. Satan in the chest. Buu is able to heal him, but the pain of losing his best friend is so great that he struggles to control his anger. Finally, Buu loses control of his anger and splits into Good Buu and Evil Buu. The evil leaves Buu in the form of a giant cloud, taking most of his power with it, and Good Buu watches as the cloud takes form and becomes Evil Buu. A battle soon ensues between the two Buus, the Evil Buu dominating over the Good Buu. Good Buu is ultimately turned into chocolate after Evil Buu reflects his chocolate beam, and he's devoured, causing them to re-merge into one being, Super Buu. Though Super Buu is almost pure evil, Good Buu is still able to affect his actions slightly, preventing him from attacking Mr. Satan, B, and Videl on multiple occasions. He's later removed from Super Buu by Vegeta, and once the power of the Kais was removed from him, Super Buu reverted to the insane creature created by Bibbidi, Kid Buu, the original Majin Buu. Although Good Buu is no longer connected to Kid Buu, his presence alone prevents the other Buu from attacking Mr. Satan and B on the sacred world of the Kai until he's spat out. Good Buu is extremely pleased to see B and Mr. Satan still alive, and then steps into the fight to defend Mr. Satan, and even though Kid Buu is far more powerful, he is able to land a few good hits on him due to his increased strength. He holds Kid Buu off while Goku and Vegeta ready the Super Spirit Bomb to defeat Kid Buu. Good Buu and Kid Buu battle ferociously, neither one backing down, but both Buus perform many techniques, such as the multiform, chocolate beam, and more, but Kid Buu is clearly stronger, toying with Good Buu during the fight. After a hard battle, Good Buu is defeated by Kid Buu and presumed dead, so Vegeta battles Kid Buu while Goku readies the Spirit Bomb. The Spirit Bomb is finally formed after much delay, but Goku is unable to launch it due to Kid Buu holding Vegeta hostage. Kid Buu prepares a final planet burst attack to kill Goku when suddenly Good Buu appears again, not quite beaten yet. He and Mr. Satan rush into battle as Good Buu tackles Kid Buu, causing him to throw the attack without aim and misses, while Mr. Satan rescues Vegeta after Good Buu orders him to do so and gets him to safety. Goku throws the Spirit Bomb, and after some struggle, the monster is finally defeated and the universe is saved. After the battle, B directs the heroes to the unconscious Buu, and Mr. Satan begs Dende to heal him, despite protests from Vegeta. Good Buu returned to Earth with the Z Fighters, and his presence emitted fear from the others until Goku vouched for him. Mr. Satan also had Buu and B come to live with him and his daughter. Sometime later, Goku uses the Dragon Balls and wishes for no Earthling to remember the havoc wreaked on the world by Majin Buu. In addition, in order to ensure that Buu not unleash a similar horror to Kid Buu again, Mr. Satan also forbade Good Buu from either getting angry ever again, or at the very least not unleashing his anger. Soon after, Good Buu is given the name Mr. Buu and joins in the celebration of his evil counterpart's defeat at Capsule Corporation. God of Destruction Beerus Saga. 6 months after Kid Buu's defeat and being erased from the Earthlings' minds, Buu interrupts Mr. Satan's press conference at the Satan House, furiously stating he was hungry. Without having a clue who Buu is, Mr. Satan took advantage of this and told the world that Majin Buu is a space soldier that went to Earth to be trained by him. After storming out, Mr. Satan leaves his conference to calm Buu down and give him a massage. Buu attends Bulma's birthday party on a cruise ship. Buu starts to eat all the food before the party starts, and Bulma gets angry about this. Mr. Satan tells Buu that Bulma has a massive feast specifically for him and that he needs to wait. Buu continues to eat throughout the party. When Beerus is on Earth, he's interested in trying pudding, which Buu had enough of. Beerus asked for at least one to taste, but Buu refused to give him any, angering Beerus. Mr. Satan tries to tell Buu to give him one, but Beerus and Buu blasted him away for interrupting. Buu and Beerus faced off. Buu gave hits to Beerus, but they simply didn't have any effect. Buu was tossed around by Beerus' speed and was blasted into the ocean. Buu tries several times afterward to hit Beerus but continues to get taken out. Buu later watches the battle between Super Saiyan God Goku and Beerus. Golden Frieza Saga. After Frieza's revival, he states King Cold forbade Frieza from challenging two warriors, Lord Beerus and Majin Buu. But upon hearing from Sorbet that Goku beat Majin Buu, he decided to train to obtain his golden form. When Mr. Satan and Bee left the house to attend an emergency press conference, he passes by and says goodbye to Majin Buu, who at the time was reading a Nekomajin adaptation of the tale of Oroshima Taro. When Frieza arrives on Earth, Buu is sleeping when he's needed. When Goku and his friends were away, Buu and Mr. Satan were taking a nap at their mansion and were unaware of the Earth exploding due to Frieza blowing it up. Mr. Satan and presumably Buu were killed until Whis undid the event with his temporal do-over technique so that Goku could kill Frieza once more. Buu later attends the feast thrown by Bulma with her family and friends. Universe 6 Saga. Buu is chosen by Goku to take part in the tournament between Beerus' team and Champa's team. On the day of the tournament, Majin Buu is taken to the nameless planet along with his friends and Whis' box. After 2 hours and 45 minutes, they arrive on the planet. As soon as they get there, the written test to participate in the tournament as requested by Vegeta begins. In the manga, Buu fails his test, even spelling his name wrong because he's not done anything like that before. In the anime, he fell asleep during the exam, automatically failing by default. Since he failed, he's not able to participate, so he sits with his friends and watches over the first battle between Goku and Botamo. Buu finally woke up after the tournament was over and after Zeno showed and left, and apologized to Mr. Satan for not being able to grant his wish. He then stated that when he fell asleep, he believed that he had found incredible talent in Monaka. Buu later went with everyone else in the cube and got to see Super Shenron before Beerus made his wish to make Champa's Earth just as hospitable as his to make him owe him one. Copy-Vegeta Saga. Afterwards, Buu joins in on another party, this time ensured by Bulma that not even he can finish all the food by himself. Universe Survival Saga. Good Buu participates in Zeno's Tournament of Power as a part of Team Universe 7. Universe 7 is matched up against Universe 9 in a standard 3v3 tournament-style match in the first round, and Goku asks Buu to fight with him and Gohan. Buu, along with Mr. Satan, travel to Zeno's palace with Supreme Kai, Kibito, Old Kai, Beerus, Whis, Goku, and Gohan, and the entire team meets with Universe 9's team. They are transported by the Grand Minister to a tournament ring in an unspecified location, and Buu is matched up first to fight Basil, though he fell asleep during the explanations and had to be woken up by a chocolate bar. When the match began, Basil immediately assaulted Buu with a variety of attacks. Buu lays on the ground but then proceeds to grin and laugh, getting back up unharmed. Saying he wants to play more, he takes several more attacks and gets a hole blown through him. Assuming Basil has won, Ro begins to gloat to the annoyance of Sidra while Buu jumps back up and regenerates himself. After doing so, Buu learns that Mr. Satan was almost killed during Basil's last attack. Buu, now furious, stops playing and begins to fight seriously, dominating Basil, battering him around and throwing him clean out of the ring. The Zenos, however, aren't happy with the fight ending so early and want it to continue until they're satisfied. Knowing Basil is outclassed, Ro throws him a drug which causes him to power up and appears to defeat Buu, bombarding him with dozens of ki blasts. Buu immediately pops out of the rubble of the arena completely unharmed and claims to be stronger than Basil before unleashing a full power Kamehameha, winning the fight and nearly killing Basil. Having been declared the winner, Buu hurries over to Mr. Satan and heals him. Proud of Buu, Mr. Satan hugs him and calls him the best. Buu, having fulfilled his end of the deal, is now given his reward for fighting. Tons of food. Later, when heading to the lookout to ask for Android 17's location, Goku finds Buu training, having even slimmed down. They decide to have a sparring match, which Buu easily wins. However, unfortunately for Goku and the others, Buu falls into a deep sleep and will not wake up for months. Desperate, Goku has no choice but to take drastic measures and ask fortune teller Baba to allow Frieza back into the world of the living for one day so he can compete in the tournament. Having been taken in by the Galactic Patrol to access Grand Supreme Kai's memories for a way to stop Moro, a therapist is able to help Buu access Grand Supreme Kai's memories. After being dropped off on New Namek, Buu intervenes during the second battle between the still somewhat injured Goku and Vegeta vs. Moro, who came out of hiding to stop the latter from grabbing the final Namekian Dragon Ball. Buu, now having Grand Supreme Kai's memories, recognizes Moro, becomes immediately enraged, and attacks the semi-rejuvenated Moro. The battle ensues with Buu having a clear advantage over Moro. Goku and Vegeta both realize that Buu is immune to Moro's dark magic thanks to Buu having awakened Grand Supreme Kai's memories, which has also awakened the godly power of the Grand Supreme Kai, which Buu retained from being split from Kid Buu. After Moro regains his magic powers and heads for Porunga, Buu uses his healing abilities to restore Eska, though he says it was too late for Mori. After restoring Goku and Vegeta's strength, the Grand Supreme Kai manifests his way through Buu and takes control. When everyone retreats from New Namek upon its destruction, Buu is shown to be himself once more, but has now fallen asleep again due to fighting hard against Moro. 2 months later, as he is returned to the lookout on Earth, he is still shown to be asleep. Towards the conclusion of the battles with Moro, Buu is awoken by Jocko, and the Grand Supreme Kai manifests once more, seeking out the child Oob so he may share his power with Goku. Following this, the deity returns to the lookout and transforms back into Buu, who has no memory of what transpired. A few days later, Good Buu, along with Goku and Vegeta, are taken to the Galactic Patrol headquarters, where they're given honors and medals for their assistance in the downfall of Moro. Peaceful World Saga. 10 years after Kid Buu's defeat, Mr. Buu enters the 28th World Tournament at the end of the Dragon Ball Z series, and during the 10 years, he lost to Mr. Satan on purpose, and was promised to have his chance at being a champion eventually. During this time, he apparently also got his own fanbase, as Goku noted that Buu seemed to acquire a lot of adoring fangirls when going to the ring for selection. He also convinces Buu to use his magic to rig the selection so Buu can fight Goten, and that Goku fights Oob. Goku also tells Vegeta and Buu in private that Oob is the pure good human reincarnation of Kid Buu, much to Buu's surprise. The tournament is later cancelled due to Goku and Oob's absence. Baby Saga. Over 15 years after Kid Buu's defeat, Mr. Buu is first seen at Mr. Satan's house where people under Baby's control are at. Due to his complete control over his body, Buu easily resists Baby's egg planted in him and ejects it out of his body. Mr. Buu blows a group of Baby's minions away. Later, they go to Goku's house where he and Pan are being attacked by Goten and Gohan, who are being controlled by Baby. Mr. Buu takes Mr. Satan and Pan to safety by Goku's request. Mr. Buu, Mr. Satan, and Pan decide to go to the Tuffle planet to free some of Baby's minions. Oob comes to the rescue to help. Mr. Buu realizes that Oob is the reincarnation of Kid Buu. Mr. Buu takes Mr. Satan and Pan to safety, far from Baby and Oob's location. He says to Mr. Satan that he is his best friend and that he will never forget him, that Oob is a part of him and he has to help him out. Despite Mr. Satan's cries, Mr. Buu flies off to help Oob. Before Baby can decimate Oob with his revenge death ball, Mr. Buu sucks in Baby's attack and expels it safely to save Oob. Mr. Buu explains that he and Oob were once one a long time ago, and if they fuse once more, their power will skyrocket, hopefully enough to destroy the parasite Baby. They fuse and become Majub, essentially recreating Majin Buu himself. Super 17 Saga. Mr. Satan is upset about Mr. Buu being gone and decides to give up on being the champion. During the final of the 31st World Martial Arts Tournament, even though he is not seen, Buu mentally implores Majub to throw the fight, since the inhabitants of Earth will lose all hope of peace if Mr. Satan is defeated. Majub reluctantly complies. Demon Invader Saga. Good Buu is absorbed by Majin Ozato when he eats the Earth. 4 years after Kid Buu's defeat, Majin Buu is at Bulma's birthday party with Mr. Satan, enjoying the food. It is Buu who angers the god of destruction Beerus when the latter interrupts the party. When Beerus asks Buu for 1 or 2 of the custard puddings he has, Majin Buu eats them all, angering Beerus. Buu is the first to challenge Beerus and attempts to punch him, but he is blasted away into a lake by a Ki with little effort on Beerus' part. After the Z-Fighters try to help Buu, Beerus retrieves Buu back from the water and slams the Majin's head into Gohan's, knocking him out. Buu then stays back and watches the battle between Goku and Beerus. Superhero. Good Buu makes an appearance sleeping and thus is not a potential candidate for helping with fighting off the Red Ribbon Army resurgence. The return of Son Goku and friends. 2 years after Kid Buu's defeat, Buu attends Mr. Satan's banquet along with the Z-Fighters and their friends and family at Mr. Satan's newly made hotel for defeating Buu. The celebration is then crashed by a brother duo, Abo and Kado, who are after Vegeta's brother Tarbal. The brothers are challenged by Goten and Trunks, but they fail in defeating them. The brothers, fused as Akka, unleash a technique that destroyed the hotel. Akka is then defeated by Goku with a Kamehameha. After this encounter, they continue their feast. Nekomajin. Majin Buu has a cameo appearance in Nekomajin, a short series of one-shot manga chapters by Akira Toriyama, which takes place during the time between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT. Nekomajin Z's friend finds Buu just wandering around while going to Satan City after mistaking him for Nekomajin Z. Buu is then surprised to find that Nekomajin Z's friend does not know who he is and breaks the fourth wall by mentioning that he's from the Dragon Ball manga. Buu displays his strength while Nekomajin Z's friend remains unsurprised and responds by saying that Nekomajin Z does stuff like that all the time. He also mentions how Nekomajin Z looks and acts similarly to Buu. Buu leaves and tells Nekomajin Z's friend to call him to fight Nekomajin Z when he comes around. Shortly after, when Usagi Majin steals the source of Nekomajin Z's power, his friend calls Buu and tells him that Usagi Majin is Nekomajin Z. Buu easily beats Usagi Majin and leaves, disappointed that Nekomajin Z was so weak. Online. It's explained in Dragon Ball Online that in age 790, Mr. Buu finds and reads one of Mr. Satan's adult books, Bob and Margaret, causing him to long for love. He creates a wife for himself called Miss Buu. The following year, Mr. Buu and his wife create a baby Buu via the Love Beam. It's implied that Buu's family continues to grow, and thus the formation of the Majin race on Earth in Dragon Ball Online. Power. Upon his initial appearance, Good Buu is weaker than Evil Buu, with the majority of Innocent Buu's power having gone to his evil side. Evil Buu is a manifestation of Majin Buu's rage, thereby allowing him to focus his energy on even greater levels and rendering Good Buu unable to gain strength through rage as effectively as Innocent Buu could. Regardless, he's still recognized by his newfound allies as easily one of the strongest warriors in the universe. After Good Buu is spit out of Kid Buu and proceeds to fight his evil self, he's shown to be capable of holding his own better than Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, managing to hold Kid Buu off for an extended period of time before eventually getting beaten. In the anime, after being split from Kid Buu, Good Buu once again becomes capable of powering up through anger like he could prior to Evil Buu being split from him. In Akira Toriyama's script for Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F, as well as the Resurrection F manga and Dragon Ball Super anime, when first form Frieza arrives at Earth to enact his revenge, Krillin states that it's alright that Goku and Vegeta have not arrived as they have Good Buu. In Dragon Ball Super, Buu challenges Beerus, but even with his regeneration capabilities, he's easily defeated. In the Universe 6 saga, Buu is chosen as the very first pick for Beerus' team by Goku in preparation for the Tournament of Destroyers, with Goku going as far as saying they absolutely could not leave him off of their team. In the anime, Vegeta asks why he would choose Buu since he had lost against Beerus, and Goku notes that, while true, Buu could become very formidable once worked up enough. During the Zeno Expo between Universe 7 and 9, Buu squares off against Basil of Universe 9. Despite Buu not taking the match very seriously and thinking of Basil as someone who's trying to merely play with him, Basil's best attacks prove completely ineffective at inflicting any damage or even phasing Buu. After Basil ends up inadvertently hurting Mr. Satan, however, Buu gets angry and effortlessly beats Basil unconscious. In an effort to even the odds, Basil takes a drug to bulk up and unnaturally increase his power beyond his limits. In this form, Basil is finally described by Buu as a strong enemy, but below Buu's own strength. In between the exhibition matches and the Tournament of Power, Buu trains and acquires a slimmed-down body as a result. In this form, he briefly spars with base Goku and quite easily knocks base Goku out of the ring, with Goku noting that Buu possesses considerable power and increased speed. In the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, Vegeta refers to Good Buu as being incredibly powerful. After unlocking the Grand Supreme Kai's power within him, Good Buu becomes much stronger and is capable of overwhelming the semi-rejuvenated Moro. Even more, he was immune to the genocidal wizard's magical abilities. Ultimately, Goku noted that Good Buu has become more powerful than anything they saw from him before, with Good Buu claiming that Moro is a weakling compared to him power-wise. He was ultimately primed to defeat Moro until a wish from Porunga granted him enough power to escape. Now restored to his peak, Moro is able to overwhelm Good Buu as the Grand Supreme Kai, and even though the Grand Supreme Kai can mostly hold his own, he is unable to even damage Moro, due to Kid Buu having retained most of his godly power. When matched up against Good Buu in the Peaceful World Saga, Goten believes he has no chance. Did you enjoy our video? Be sure to check out these other great videos from the Amagi, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.